morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, for Saturday, August 15th, 2015. Welcome to Thoughts, Comments, Opinions. Let's have some tea. Got my sheep mug on the go. Irish. So, yes, you're actually getting a video podcast, and I apologize if it's a little dark in here. But we've had questions about thoughts, comments, opinions, so I wanted to answer some of those for you. Do keep them cards and letters coming in, as a man used to say in television. Let's see. The first one, and unfortunately, I didn't write down the names of the people who sent them in, so my apologies. I'll look them up, and if I remember to, I'll put them in the comments at the bottom of the page. Okay, the first question is, I don't sound Irish. That's because I'm not. By heritage, yes, on both my mom and dad's side. My mom's mom was born in Sheffield, but her people were from Belfast. And dad, there's a very long story about how the O'Hearns came to Canada, but I was born in Canada. And I've told this story a few times in the podcast, and God knows I'll probably tell them more. But my mom took me on a trip to Ireland and through the UK when I was 10, and it started off in Galway, and might have even been the first night, but for some reason it's in my head it was on the second night. So we're in the hotel dining room. The tour didn't start for a couple of days, so we had a couple of days in Galway, and that was still his tail going by. But anyway, so it was on the first or a second night in the dining room, and my mom never let me forget this. I said that someday I'm going to come back to Ireland to live, and meet the future Mrs. O'Hearn. Well, it took a while to get the first part of the plan in action, and the second hasn't quite happened, but I'm very happy to be here. I live in the most beautiful country on earth. Now, she likes it too. It's sheep and cows, you know. Anyway, so back to questions. How do I choose the guests? Well, a couple of ways, as we have more doggy interference. It's a high-class production, folks. The guests. Few places. The writers, I'm in touch with various publishing houses from around the world, and we really do have some very widespread and prominent names coming up in economics, philosophy, politics, and so forth. I also really rely on you to suggest people to me, and also other guests. We chat a little bit both before and after I turn on the recording button, and I do ask the guests, if you know anybody who's too talented, who could use a push, let me know. More than happy to have them on. And also, I dig some people out from like Twitter and Facebook and so forth. Oh, you sound interesting. Why Hispanic News Online? Yeah, because the two major websites that show thoughts, comments, and opinions are Hispanic News Online and also San Diego Book Review. And I should mention, if you'd like to put this podcast on your website, go right ahead. No problem at all. It's there to be shared. Hispanic News Online doesn't mind. So, clearly, not only am I not Irish, but I'm not Hispanic either. But I was approached by an old friend named L. Carlos Hernandez, AC, who's a fabulous person. And AC and I had worked together in another parish, shall we say, where I'd done interviews and articles for Ed for a brief time managing editor. Yeah, there was a story there that I'm not going to tell you. But anyway, so a few years had gone by, and I get an email from AC, and he tells me about Hispanic News Online. He says, we'd love to have you write for. I'm the associate publisher. I you hush, 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 and quiet you. And hang on, we're going to pause this. So where were we? Sorry about that. That's going to be a very nasty jump cut. Anyway, um, yes, I have her settled down at my feet now. But so anyway, so AC says we'd like you to write for Hispanic News Online. I said, well, you know, I'm in Ireland now. And I know there was the Armada and all that, but there's not a ton of Hispanics here, you know. And he said the most wonderful line to me. He says, "This is not a racist thing, man. We want you to write for us and so forth." And later on, I suggested the podcast, and he says, "Talk to whoever you want, write about whatever you want. This is gold for a journalist." Cheers. San Diego Book Review happened because here again, I'd been doing interviews with authors for 5 years, maybe more again for another parish. And when San Diego Book Review started up, I really liked them. They're good people, they're dedicated, and they're putting forward some really interesting books. So I'm reviewing for them, and also when I review a writer, these go off to there. Question 4. Where did your theme music come from? This is where I get to plug my best buddy. Kira Donnelly. Kira Donnelly wrote it. You can search for under Yellow Bridge. And she's on YouTube, on SoundCloud, and you can also find her through our mutual webpage on Do Angels Breathe. Kira was on The Voice of Ireland. And at that time, I was doing a lot of music writing for another parish. I have lots of parishes. I'm like a traveling bishop. Anyway, I was watching. I thought, oh, this is who's going to win it. I thought she had far and away the most talented, the best voice in the whole bit. And she got bumped out in, I think, on the quarterfinals. And I said to myself, well, we'll just see about that. So, got a hold of her, and we did an interview, wrote up an article, and so forth. And Kira's a wee bit of a musical genius, and also she has her master's degree in theater from university in Dublin. So, and oddly enough, one of the later questions is about Do Angels Breathe? So why don't I just answer the whole thing right here and now? So I had been working on human rights projects for a while, a book, writing speeches, etc., etc. It's very, very important to my heart. And I'm also a playwright. So I started to write these one-act plays, all based on human rights. And I said to Kira, want to put music on? And she's done that, and done it brilliantly, I might add. And collectively, those are known as the Do Angels Breathe plays. I called them originally the Four Freedom plays, but that was a clunky title. Her favorite of the plays is Do Angels Breathe, so fine, why not? You get to name them. So that's what that's all about. We're hoping to have a published edition of them in the fall. And we also have both staging and radio production in the works. Details at 10 Film at 11. To find out more about that, go to www.doangelsbreathe, one word, .wordpress. So there's that. What else did we have? Oh yeah, someone wondering, what's your day job? Because you sure as hell can't make a living out of this. Thanks. Cheers. I am a writing editor and a writing coach as well. I don't take on a lot of writers in terms of editing books, but I do both fiction and nonfiction. I've been doing that for 6 years now, I suppose. Prior to that, in case you're mildly interested, I was a newspaper columnist back in Canada. Ran a weekly column called Inside Television. And I was originally the golf columnist. And when the snow started to fly, well, they didn't really need a golf columnist in Canada. So the local paper asked me, well, we really like your writing and so forth. You know, the readers enjoy it. We want to keep you on as a columnist. What would you like to write about? So I thought quite subversively. And I thought that because absolutely everything is on television, right? If I write about television, I can write about whatever the hell I want. So that's where Inside Television came from. So let's see, yeah. So that, do the book reviewing. The podcast, I would love it if you supported them. You can find us at www.patreon, patreon.com/thoughts, comments, opinions, all one word. It'll help me make the productions look better. I want to upgrade the equipment. I also want to be able to do split screen with the interview guests. Have the technology to do that. Don't quite have the bandwidth though. So if you can help us out, it's $1 a month. More if you can do it, but $1 a month, we'll get there. So that's it for now. More than happy to do these anytime you want. If you have any specific questions about guests, go right ahead. Yeah. So I will get back to my tea and my doggy. And oh yes. So from all of us who work the late shift here in Ireland, good night everybody. Be seeing you.